back.
Trying to holler at
But we not alone today.
One focus.
Yadie, we miss you. Don't worry, brother.
Trying to hit that thing.
We got a special guest, though.
We make hits in the studio nightly. Be out trying to get this money. We take trips in the winter in jet planes to climates where it's sunny. We got mommy on the dance floor grinding.
LV, ladies and gentlemen.
But at the end of the day, we fit in the play. I'm trying to pin the tail on the donkey.
It's gonna be a good one. I already feel it. You gotta get the energy right.
Tell him, man. Alright, and we gonna have to skip the Jim Jones part. Yeah, like I ain't fully forgive him yet. I ain't fully forgive Jim. There we go.
That's the only word.
Sexy.
Pre-max, man.
Why you do that?
I said I'm sorry, baby. That was big and belly, not sorry, baby. Why you do that? She said don't call me, baby. Why you do that?
I tried to tell him before. Alright now. Don't hurt him with it, Ant. Don't hurt him with it, Ant. He already done.
Listen, you already know. We got a special guest in the house.
Man, let him know, man. Alright, Ant.
When I gave her the It's gonna be the last one.
Alright.
We're gonna get started.
Yo, G's up, nigga.
Hold down.
If the bitch can't swim, she gon' drown. Running the streets, choking the 4 pound. You ain't know we was the niggas, the nigga you know down. Dipset. G's up, nigga. Hoes down. If the bitch can't swim, she gon' drown. Running the streets, choking the 4 pound. You ain't know we was the niggas, the nigga you know down. Had to say him in the black.
It feel good to be back, man.
Made him jump back.
Popeye.
All that I used to make him pump crack.
I know it feel good to be back, man.
Max lead the streets, please. They don't want that. They need me in this shit.
We got a show to do. We got a show to do.
I was gonna keep going.
I know you was.
Glad you always can gauge it. You know when to bring me back in, brother.
I was vibing out. Hold on.
Listen, man. That's how we got. Like I said, we got to get the energy right when we get started. Oh yeah.
As y'all can see, this is the Limitless Views Podcast. I ain't know if that was gonna be the right button or not.
You got it.
But you know, I got my nubs, got my gloves on, cause we here.
And as you can see, we not at the usual spot, man.
No, we not.
We at the 4 Ropes Boxing Gym. We got a special guest in our house tonight, today, whatever you want to call it. This man needs no introduction, but we gonna give him an introduction.
Talk to him, Ant. Talk to him.
All right, hold it down. We got Hartford's own. Richie. Popeye. The Sailor Man Rivera. And if y'all don't know about this man, let me just tell y'all something real quick.
Talk to him.
22-1 with an asterisk.
Oh, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
We're gonna say 23-0.
Yeah, all right.
We gonna, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna say 23-0.
I'll talk that talk then.
All right. Hold on. I got it right. 17 knockouts? Okay. All right.
And counting.
Hold up. I was watching something too. You were saying like, yo, I would have had more, but I had to spit. I had to spit some. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Said you had to hold them up real quick. Like, hold on.
Fans, they want to see me fight. You know what I mean? So sometimes I gotta take it to the distance.
Listen, it's all about the fans. It's all about the fans. Man, we are glad to have you here, brother. We appreciate you spending your time, giving us your time, and allowing us to have this conversation with you, man.
All right, man.
Before we get started, everybody that's tapped in right now, what is it, February 10th? Worcester.
That's right.
Okay, tell us about it.
No, February 10th, Worcester, Massachusetts. We fighting for the NBA World Title. That's the National Boxing Association coming home with strap season.
I need a round of
new
applause for that
hardware.
one.
Oh, yeah.
I need a round of applause for that one. You said world champion.
That's right. This is a world title.
Listen.
I gotta take these off. My hands getting hot. I don't know how y'all do this for 12 rounds. Jeez. 10, I don't know.
You give us a rundown of all these? Because this is a lot. This ain't the average boxer right here.
Yeah, man. We got the NBO, we got the NBA, we got the UBF, we got it all, feel me? But what we want is we want to get that next title February 10th. That's gonna be the NBA World Title. That's next on the list.
You already got it. You got to speak that into existence, man.
I'm excited. I got to be there. I got to be there. Whenever you out here and I could go to a fight, I got to make sure I get out
All
there.
I'm saying is when I knock him out, rush the ring, man.
We in there. Say less.
Into the ring. Oh, yeah.
Say
less.
Bypass security, get up in there, act a fool, like let them know where we from, man.
Y'all heard it. Hartford, stand up.
Hey, 6-0, come on now. All right, where we starting at? Where do we want to start? Let's see. I got a couple questions that I want to ask you too. But all right, let's take it back.
Oh, shit.
Take it back. Let's start from the beginning. Reason you got into boxing in the first place. You give us a rundown.
I mean, honestly, like my deepest memories goes into boxing. You know, I was very young and it was something a part of my family. And I can remember like when it was time for when my oldest brother's appropriate age to start boxing, you know, I always wanted to do things with him. You know, so it was times where my mom and my dad like, well, take your little brother with you, you know, and we'd go to the gym and we would basically be at San Juan Center right here in the North End. And that was at a time where the gym was split up into two things, karate and boxing. And they asked my brother, well, what do you want to do? He was like, well, I want to do karate. So they put him in karate. And they asked me, what do I want to do? I was like, oh, man, I want to do boxing. And I can remember I fell in love with it.
What age is this?
Oh, man, I was probably like 4 or 5 years old. Yeah, I was crazy young. And I just knew for some reason, like, this was going to be my life. Like, it really chose me. And I remember going home and wearing shower robes and saying, like, hey, I'm going into the ring, you know, world champion. And, you know, when they say you really speak things into existence, like, you know, it really happened. It's going to happen.
Right, absolutely. I actually want to bring it back because I feel like we missed something. We usually check in, you know what I'm saying, checking in with each other. So I just want to ask you, how's your mental health and what type of space you in right now? Big fight coming up.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I completely forgot about that.
How you going to forget about the mental health?
And then also something that you're grateful for currently.
My mental health, you know, if we on a podcast, I like to keep things as honest as possible, you know.
I love that.
And, you know, a lot of people would look at the Instagram and they look at the Snap or the TikTok and be like, oh, man, this dude living large and he's very happy and
Always
positive.
gotta smile. You always got to smile, bro.
And you know, that's what I really try to project onto anybody that I'm around. But, you know, it really gets hard. It's hard, especially, imagine yesterday we was 0 degrees weather outside.
Oh, my God,
you know,
Popeye, I don't want to talk about it.
What is it like having to run in that type of weather?
You was running?
It's brutal.
Wait, hold on.
Wait. Yeah.
You got to run in that type of weather. You got to go into the gym. You got to be jumping rope. It's hard to sweat. You know,
You
there's
are a
times
machine.
where you have to avoid the food that you want to eat because you got to make weight. There's times where your boys hit you, oh, we about to go to the club, and it's like, nah, I can't go. So, you know, there's times where baddies be like, yo, what up with you? And it's like, dang, like, I don't know if I could do this right now. But at the end of the day, I know that all these sacrifices is going to pay off. This is investment, you know, so I'm very happy and I'm very positive that everything that I'm putting in is going to come back in tenfold in the most positive way. So I'm in a good state of mind.
Man, you must be running in because it was negative.
Yeah.
The feels like was negative.
How far are you running?
Oh, I bust down at least 15 miles.
God damn.
Nah,
You got to talk to him about that. I don't work out at all.
Them type of runs, like, I get it. Like, there's people that run marathons all the time, but I'm not necessarily a marathon runner. I bust down 15 miles. That's when I get real close to God. I be in my deep inner thoughts where I be thinking about my life, my family. I be thinking about my future. I get real close to God in them type of moments.
Man, I can't do it. But speaking of like you mentioned, like not being able to eat what you want to eat. Like, what does the preparation look like going into a fight?
Oh, well, when you go into fights, you really gotta sacrifice your mind, your body, your soul. I really try to stay focused as far as like not going out. I try not to, be in the club. And if I do happen to be in the club, it's more just to show face promotional wise. I'm drinking water and, people offering drinks. I got to, decline that. I'm trying to really continue going to church so I could strengthen my spirituality, because when you get in the trenches and when you start fighting them deeper rounds, you really need God to give you them extra few punches and that extra few strength and that speed to get this knockout or even to look better for the judges. But, the preparation really goes mind, body, and soul.
What's the most important out of those three?
I think it's hard to say one is because it's like one can't go without the other.
They work in tandem with one another.
Yeah.
Is when you preparing for a fight, is this like the hardest times when you preparing? Like, cause I saw something that you fight more than the average boxer. You like almost year round. Then
I try to always stay ready. I always try to stay active. Again, I'm trying to show the people that I'm an active fighter, so they don't think this is just a hobby. I want them to really stand behind me. I want to be a strong representative of my community, my family, and friends.
All right. Okay. All right. So let's get back into the backstory. So you said as a kid, put the robe on, everything. Moving forward, right? What was your journey like as far as getting to this point? Because like I told you the story before we got started. Mm-hmm. I remember me and you used to work together a long time ago, 2010. But even then, I remember you talking about boxing, and then I ran into you at Bare Bones when you were working with the students. Mm-hmm. Even then, I walked into the gym and you had normal clothes on, but you was going crazy on the speed bag. Right. And that was the first time I actually seen you like working. I'm like, all right, he for real. You know what I'm saying? Dude's real. Yeah. But what was that journey like for you to even get to this point?
I mean, the journey has been real. We had the ups, we had the downs, the good, bad, and the ugly. But I really have to be grateful for every experience that I've had. I feel like from every sport that I played helped me in this sport that I am now. The life that I lived or not being in the best community created a dog in me, and being in the church and trying to, find strengthen my spirituality helped me become more disciplined, So I felt like right now I'm just the best of all worlds.
That's what's up. Gotta love it. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was younger, I was playing with Power Rangers.
Who wasn't?
All right. Because you said
90s babies.
All right, yeah, but I'm saying 4 or 5. I wasn't like I like boxing, but I ain't never want to put my face into that type of danger.
I mean, at 4 or 5 years old, I'm punching the bag thinking I'm a Power Ranger.
Oh,
I'm hitting the bag
too.
thinking I'm a Ninja Turtle.
I don't know, man. Hey, so what was I gonna ask? Growing up, because I feel like you said, us being 90s babies, we got to see a lot of great like fighters, like coming up. What we like to do is put people on the spot. So I gotta ask top 5.
Top 5 fighters of all time?
Yep.
All time.
Top five.
All right. So I gotta go with Macho Camacho.
Ooh.
I love Tito Trinidad. He put on for PR. He's a legend. I love Prince Nassim. He's a real big showman. I love Tyson Fury. Although he's of our time right now, but like I really do feel like he is the GOAT. Yeah, he's something serious. Man. But dang, if we want to talk about amazing fighters, we got Evander Holyfield, we got Miguel Cotto, we got Mike Tyson. I mean, to look at his knockout power, that was incredible. Dude was really demolishing dudes within seconds. And the list goes on because Oscar De La Hoya, he really was a showman. He put on for the Mexicans out there. You know, Manny Pacquiao, he was amazing. And you know, if we want to talk about, but who do you think is like up there, like one of your all times? Like, you know, hate me, but I mean, I think Floyd Mayweather is just the best.
You got the money? You got the money?
Straight up.
Come on now.
Money May. Come on.
Listen,
We talking about, man.
Yo, he really different, yo.
I just saw him destroy this YouTuber not too long ago.
Oh, yeah. That was
Picked
brutal.
him apart. I was like, oh,
I kind of felt bad.
Jabbing him up.
my God, damn.
I don't. One thing I want to ask you, right? Because you've been boxing for a long time, you've been fighting for a long time. How do you like de-escalate situations where like somebody is trying like push up on you, like? I mean, like,
not knowing, like,
like he don't know that these is licensed.
Well, honestly, I've been blessed to really not get into too much confrontation. I'm not gonna say it never happened. It definitely happens, but for the most part, you know, I really try not to feed into that. You know, if someone's having an issue, you know, I live and let live. You know, I try to keep the peace for the most part.
Yeah.
And I also been blessed that I've surrounded myself with people that know that if things go down, they want to be the first one jumping in to protect my future because they know that I got something good going on. So,
right.
You know, I really surround myself with good people.
So you ain't have to knock nobody out outside of the ring recently?
It definitely
Nah, you ain't even got to answer that. I ain't trying to.
It happens.
I ain't trying to get you in trouble.
It definitely happens, but I try to stay disciplined and try to refrain from feeding into that type of fight.
That's what's up, man.
Okay.
Let's go back to the mind, body, and spirit, right? Would you say boxing is like an outlet or like therapeutic for you? Like something that you use to just like, if you got any type of like pent up frustration, whatever it may be, something that you just got to get off your mind, is this like a therapeutic or an outlet for you?
Yeah, very therapeutic. I mean, you having a bad day, and there's times like I'm telling you where like during the day I've felt so down and out and stressed, and like I'd cry and you know, I'd be like, oh, I hate this and I hate that, and I'd come to the gym and go into the bathroom and cry. And then I'd get out the bathroom and just beat the shit out of the bag. Like, you know,
Poor bag.
You know, I don't let nobody see me like that. I don't like to let people know I'm like that vulnerable or whatever the case may be. But there's been times where I just come in and really have to let all my stress out onto the bag, you know. And that's really what helps me get through not only my day, but my life.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of your day, what's everyday life like for you? Like, is it surrounded by boxing, or are you just like, you like to hang out? I saw you was in Puerto Rico not too long ago, right? Mm-hmm. So what's like everyday life like for you?
Yeah, I mean, everything is revolved around boxing. It's eat, shit, sleep, boxing. So wake up, it's like, gotta find something to eat because I'm about to hit the gym. I run to the gym, hit the bag, leave, have to shower, eat, and head to my next training session with it, whether it be like swimming or working with all my fundamentals with my coach, and then head out and again, shower, eat, back to the gym and find something to do. And with all that, I'm still trying to teach the kids classes. I'm still trying to do my community service work. I'm still trying to, you know, help the community in any way that I possibly can. You know, this last year we was able to do turkey drives, toy drives, food, clothes. We was able to do a lot of community outreach work, and that stuff, it's not cheap and it's not easy, but we always find a way to give back even through our busy schedule.
At what point did you know you wanted to like give back? Because like I said this before, I ran into you, this is 2010, 2011, and you brought students from, I think, Hartford over to East Hartford to Bare Bones Boxing Gym, and I ran into you there. And you would, I don't know if you had them in a class or training them, but even that, working with kids, I see you still doing that to this day. Mm-hmm. At what point in your life did you know, like, this is what I want to do? And like, I don't know if it's your purpose or if it's something that you just like, in your heart feel like, I need to do this, but at what point did you realize that?
I don't think it was ever really much of a point. I grew up in a household where my mother and father would always instill those type of values of helping others and trying to look out for people, be a hero, and that doesn't necessarily mean like having a cape or running, fighting crime. Yeah. It just meant like if you see somebody hungry, you feed them, and it shouldn't have to be like to call them out on that or to make a show out of it. You know, if you see somebody that needs help, you got to be there for them, and that it also, you know, because I although I didn't have the best upbringing, I still grew up in the church. So them type of values was always being like implanted in my brain to just help someone. Like for me, I wouldn't be able to like walk past somebody struggling and not have something go off in my heart, you know. So that's why today, you know, I try to continue doing like missionary work. You know, we've been to Peru, we've been to Guatemala, Honduras, Colombia, where we was able to do amazing things as far as like feeding them, giving them medicine, stuff like that. So
let's get a gunshot for that, please.
Yeah. No, but sincerely though, I just feel like it was never really a specific time where I felt like this is what I need to do. I just felt like that was me. Like this is it, who I am.
Yeah, you are very you are very interesting to me because, like I said, always got a smile on your face, giving back. But when you get into this ring, it's like it's a whole different person.
I'm a giving person. Yeah. That means when I get in that ring, I'm gonna give you this work.
You can get these hands.
Anybody can get it.
That's right.
Can, man?
That's right.
Oh,
so how many sides would you say there is to Richie the Popeye Sailor Man?
Oh my gosh, don't take this wrong. I feel schizophrenic, man. There's so many sides. There's so many personalities, you know. Yeah. And that's just the thing, though. But like anybody in their right mind should be like that. You know, they're gonna have to know how to act in any given situation. And that's what I love about boxing, because when you fight people, you realize that everybody fights different. And the thing about that is you're gonna have to go in there and identify and adjust. And boxing is so similar to life. You're gonna have to identify what's happening and adjust to it. So you gotta have multiple personalities. You know, you can't talk to a little kid the same way you're gonna talk to a grown up. Right. You can't talk to your boy the way you would talk to your mom. You can't talk to your homie the way you would in church, and you can't talk to a girl the way you would talk to a hoe. I mean, talk that talk. There's gotta be many different personalities that you gotta have to make, you know, the world go around.
Man. Okay. So, I want to know about this fight coming up, man. This next one coming up this week, Friday, Worcester, live on YouTube, right? Where my flyer at?
Mm-hmm. Worcester, Massachusetts, at the Palladium. It's going down. Hey, if y'all don't got y'all ticket, y'all need to get it soon, man. We selling out.
Hartford need to be outside, man. Mm-hmm. I was telling it when I was at a fight up in Springfield, and you had co-main evented, and they made the mistake of putting you second to last. And I was like, why would they do that?
It's no mistake. Soon as
it happened, I swear the gym was a lot less filled than before the fight.
Yeah, nah, it's all good. I play my part. You know, I play my role, and when they want me as a co-main event, I don't get prideful, I don't get jealous, and I don't be, oh no, that's not how I should be, you know, main event. Nah, you know, I'll wait my turn, and February 10th, I'm the main event. You know, I waited my turn, and that's it.
Man, I'm excited. I'm gonna be there. But tell us about some of the other boxers that's going to be there, because I haven't really been able to dive into like really any of the undercards, and I do know that you're close with a lot of them.
Well, it's going to be a jam-packed night. I'm telling you, all these guys is coming to fight. We got guys like Lamont Humes. We got guys like Joey Edmonds that I know are guys that are going to put on, and these are guys that are also fighting for straps as well.
There's more than one belt on the line?
Yeah, so I'll be fighting for the world title, be fighting for like New England titles, regional titles, things like that. Omar Bardoy is going to be on that card. It's going to be very exciting. You got Jake Paradise and Anthony Hershey-Ortiz, you know, so Angel Gonzalez, that's a guy that I've been training with him since he was an amateur, and that was a kid that every year, Golden Gloves, Nationals, like ringside, always bringing home that W, always bringing home that strap. And he just moved to Florida, so he's actually coming back to fight on this card. And I just know that everybody on this card is they about to show out.
So it's you said it's jam-packed. I'm there all night.
It's New England's future, for real, for real.
Oh, that's good to hear. Good to hear.
And while we giving shout-outs,
oh, yeah, we got to give a shout-out to my boy Jacob, hip-hop. He got his gloves out here. He's promoting training camp. So if you want official gloves with a real good quality leather patenting, yo, come check him out. He's selling gloves over here at the gym.
Luxurious right here.
No, he's serious. All different sizes, all different flavors. And I had some on the other day. I was hitting the bag. I felt real secure. So, y'all got to put on. Y'all got to, y'all want a box? Y'all got to help the locals, man. He out here putting on. So, big shout-outs to hip-hop, the Four Ropes Boxing.
I'm gonna say this. I put these gloves on. And I was ready to become your protege. Right.
You started shadow boxing.
You see me over in the corner. I was ready. They do feel real good, man. Mm-hmm. And shout out to Four Ropes Boxing Gym.
Yeah, man. Michael Tran really doing this thing with the kids in this gym, and more than just the kids, but he always helps this community, his community that he grew up in, always giving them scholarships, making sure they go to school. So Michael Tran is always a giving person and always looking out for the next person.
Word.
Shout out to them. Shout out to everybody, man.
A lot of shout outs, man.
All right, so a lot of people will never experience the feeling of having to walk down that aisle, step into the ring, look across, and then go to war, hand-to-hand combat. Can you give us like a detailed description of like that feeling and what it's like from the locker
100%.
room to the entrance? You said you gonna be going. I don't know if that's a secret or not. The entrance that you're doing on Friday.
Oh, it's gonna be a show.
All right. Can you give us a rundown of what that feeling is like?
Yeah, so you trying to stay focused. You trying to stay calm, cool, collective. You got your gloves on tight. You just got done doing your little warm ups. They call your name. The crowd starts screaming. The lights dim out. You start walking towards the ring. You get that little bounce going. You showing. I like to embrace the crowd. I'm looking at everybody. I'm waving. I'm showing them I got this. I try to walk with confidence and let them know that I'm here for a reason. But to keep it a whole stack, I'm like, oh my God, 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 oh my God. I was like,
What he looked like on the outside ain't the same. He looking focused.
Yo, let me tell you something. Determined. I keep it a whole stack. You want the real deal, Holyfield? This is what it is, man. I'm over here. I got that face. I'm over here shadow boxing, body full of Vaseline, looking at the crowd, embracing them. But as I'm walking, I'm telling you, I'm like, Lord God, please help me, Jesus. Don't let this happen. I can't do. Lord, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Heart is pounding.
Butterflies in your stomach.
Oh my gosh, like it makes you want to just throw up on the spot.
Oh,
but
man.
I'm telling you, when the bell rings and those first few punches fly off, something about like your whole mind, body, and soul lining up and just knowing that this is where I'm supposed to be. And there's no reason to fear that, this is what I was called to do. I was appointed. I was chosen. This is me.
Yeah. Is it easy for you to flip that switch? Like
absolutely not. No.
The process?
It's crazy because some fights that, for the most part, when those first few punches go, you're like, okay, this is what we're doing, and you fight. But there's been a few fights where it took 4, 5, 6 rounds for that switch to go off, and then I was like, okay, now I feel a little bit more comfortable. But to be honest, I fight as cool, calm, and collective as I may look. I do fight with a lot of fear, and I feel like there's a lot of fighters that don't like to admit that. But if you are not with that little fear in you, then what's helping you move out the way faster? What's helping you swing, a little harder? What's getting you to really put you in that fight or flight mode? So I don't know. I feel like the fear actually helps me a lot.
Like it's something that you use.
I'm not ashamed to say it.
What's one of your biggest fears?
One of my biggest fears isn't necessarily fighting it. One of my biggest fears is being forgotten. You know, I never want to be forgotten. It kills me when there's children today that don't know who Martin Luther King is. It kills me today when people don't know who Michael Jackson is. It kills me like when you ask them, well, who's the first president? And they don't know. You the first president? You don't know who the first president?
You gotta know the first one. Goddamn.
I think the first. At least. Yo, so it's just like it kills me. Like, and I just think about it. Like, man, I never want to be forgotten. Like, I want to have a legacy that people will remember me. I want my kids to have that same legacy. You know, my biggest fear is truly just being forgotten.
What do you want to be remembered for?
I want to be remembered for my kindness. I want to be remembered for being humble. I want to remember for helping people. I want to be remembered for someone that has those characteristics of caring and loving, but still being a very dangerous person. You know, I want people to know that, you know, I'm not here for a long time, but, you know, in the time that I was here, I made a difference.
Absolutely. Okay. That's what it's about. It seems like you got a good balance, man. That yin and yang. Listen,
I'm trying. It ain't easy. Sometimes more yang than yin.
Yeah, you right. Listen.
I'm ready to spar.
This dude.
I don't know. Y'all done brought me out here.
Let's switch gears.
I don't got no footwork.
Let's switch gears a little bit now. Just a little bit.
What are we switching the gear to?
Listen, Valentine's Day is right.
Oh my gosh, I knew he was gonna go.
Valentine's Day is right around the corner. You know what I'm saying? What does Richie look for in a woman? We asked it to everybody.
But that's an easier question.
Oh yeah, I thought he was gonna go off the rails. All right, so he knew here, and he knew he was scared for Ant's question. It's not just me.
I started getting hot.
Me too.
We gonna keep it mild.
Okay.
All right, bet. You know what I look for in a woman? I'm an old-fashioned dude, so I look for old-fashioned qualities. You know, I'm a person that really don't drink. I don't smoke. You know, so you know, I really don't. You know, if I see a girl turning up at the club, that's really not my MO. You know, my family grew up on dancing salsa and bachata. So, you know, if you know how to twerk, but you don't know how to dance salsa, we got an issue. Like, that's
a fact.
Nah, for real. Like, you telling me you good in bed, but you don't know how to cook, that don't make no sense to me. Like, I'm a guy that, like, I'm very simple. Like, all you gotta be is somebody that, you know, can bring me peace and not be for the streets.
Listen, that's simple. It's like a simple job, right? Man, a simple task.
Shit, I know I ain't easy, though. I know I'm a difficult person, though. I'll keep it a stack with y'all.
You think it take a different type of woman to deal with somebody who's in boxing? Because you said your life is surrounded around...
100%, yeah. I feel like you got to be an athlete's wife, and to be... You know, with me, that means you got to be able to support me 150,000%. You know, there's going to be times where I need to wake up early. There's going to be times when I get out of work, you know, I need food cooked. You know, I need my clothes cleaned, or, you know, I need you to be my number one supporter, my number one cheerleader. And, you know, it's hard because this sport could get extremely stressful. So my stress can rub off onto my girlfriend or spouse or whatever the case, you know. So, to be an athlete's wife, you a different type of woman.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I was so worried, and I really thought that question was gonna. Cause you be asking some crazy shit.
I was like, oh, so I started smiling a little.
He said switch gears, and we was like, wait, which way we going?
Nah, man, we gonna keep it mild, man. We gonna keep it mild.
What do you eat before a fight? I'm sorry, Ant. I don't know.
No, you
lots of spinach, baby. Come on.
Oh, talk that.
Because we eat that spinach.
Listen.
I don't just cap on it. Nah, I really eat spinach every day.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. I'm on spinach wraps, spinach salads, everything.
It's only right, man. You gotta represent the brand.
Word.
The name Popeye.
I was just about to ask that same question.
I mean, it's only right. You gotta eat the spinach, but where did it originate from?
So originally what happened was when we was in school, we was all cutting ass on each other. We was all joking around. Oh, he big ass head and da-da-da. And then somebody just like, I'm about to rank this Popeye looking ass.
Oh, shit.
Like, why his forearms and hands big as hell, but he's small? Like, so the thing was, when I was in high school, I ain't sprout till like senior year.
Same.
So it was about the whole time I was a very small person, but my forearms and my hands were still kind of big. So they was like, yo, this dude look like Popeye. This dude's arms bigger than his biceps. Like, so
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh, but it fits. I'm glad you were able to take that and like flip it and like yeah, I'm Popeye and I knock you the fuck out. The fuck?
I ran with it, and then and again in the gym it started happening again. So I was like, maybe maybe that's my name, because most people, they say you can't just pick your name. Your name has to be given.
Right.
So
Same thing with nicknames, anything.
Word. So that's what it was. Richie Popeye to say to Rivera, choo choo.
Took it and ran with it. So you've come a long way. Long way. Long way.
Still a long way to go.
Listen, talk your shit, man. Mm-hmm. What's your biggest achievement thus far up to this point?
My biggest achievement, I would say probably getting ranked 7th in the world. So right now with WBA, WBO, 7th in the world. So
we're not just gonna brush over that.
Like, if you think about 7th in the world,
we're not just gonna brush.
There's billions and billions and billions of people in this world. There's only 7 people right now that's ahead of me, and honestly, they only ahead of me because they ducking me. They don't want to fight me. They don't
They
don't want to lose their spot. Feel me? But I'm coming for that number 1 spot. It's gonna happen.
7? Oh man, listen. All 6 of y'all motherfuckers that's ahead of us. We coming, all right? Mm-hmm. Shit.
You had a question about the that was your last fight in Saudi Arabia?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We had 2 fights. 2 fights ago was in Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
Badou motherfucking Jack.
Badou Jack.
Now listen, because you was in Dubai. I couldn't make it to that one. I couldn't get out to Dubai.
Flights look different.
Yeah. What happened with my flight was delayed.
19-hour flight.
They ain't got Spirit going on.
Yeah, they don't got Spirit going to go to Dubai. But you know what I'm saying? Back home, a bunch of us being from the area got together, got the pay-per-view, we watching it and everything like that. And through the whole fight, tagging the shit out of this nigga. Mm-hmm. And I can't remember which round it was. I don't know if it was the 8th or the 9th round.
The 8th round.
The 8th round. Round's supposed to go 3 minutes. Mm-hmm. And in that 3 minutes, you beat the shit out of this dude. And then they just let it run for an extra minute.
Right.
Fast forward to the end of the fight, split decision, and it goes to Badou Jack's way. I'm pissed. The rest of the people I'm with pissed. But if we was looking at the screen and we see that you pissed, man, what you got to say about that? Because I could ramble on and on, but I want to get your opinion on that fight and what, did he use it as fuel? What's going on with you with that fight?
Do you want that rematch?
Yeah, man, I definitely wanted that rematch. How I felt after the fight, I felt hurt. I felt disappointed. I felt for everything that I've done for the sport of boxing, I felt like I was betrayed by what I loved the most. I went out there and I felt like I had him on a leash the entire fight. I had the jab on him. I was throwing more punches. I landed more punches. And then to top it off, they ran the 8th round to 4 minutes long. So I felt like they really tried to do me dirty. And, I felt terrible because there was essentially nothing I really could have done about it. So, I still have to hold on to that. I didn't want to be the guy that got robbed by Badou Jack. I wanted to be the guy that beat him. He was a quality opponent. He was an ex-Olympian. He was an ex-world champion, and it was one of those fights that it showed people that I belong on the big stage.
Right.
So how I felt about it, I'm still a little hurt, but it only made me work that much harder in the gym, and it honestly gave me that much more confidence. A lot of people, I tell them, I'm the best, but sometimes you got to prove it to yourself, and that was one of those moments where I felt like I was able to prove that to myself.
Yeah. I was watching the fight. Like I said, we back home. We taking shots of the Espelon. We're like, man, we got this shit. This is light. So yeah, a lot of disappointment. But I'm glad that you're able to like bounce back, keep going, and getting ready for this next fight this Friday. I'm ready.
It's going down. February 10th, Worcester, Mass. at the Palladium, fighting for the NBA World title. Gonna bring home that strap, baby.
Another one. I need the DJ Khaled, another one.
Another one.
Before we get on up out of here, we need to know, what's your dream fight? Who you looking for? Who you think ducking? Who would you love to fight?
He named 6. He ain't named 6, but y'all know which 6 y'all are.
Well, there is a bunch of people that I do want to fight, but right now at the top of my hit list is Arthur Badou. He's somebody that just knocked out Anthony Yarde. Previous to that, he knocked out Joe Smith, and previous to that, he knocked out Marcus Brown, which Marcus Brown and Joe Smith, I was once their training partners. I was once their sparring partners, and he basically demolished them. And right now he's being looked at as the boogeyman, and you're not the boogeyman. You don't scare me. I'm finna baptize him. Like, hold on. I'm really about to show him what I could do. He's 19-0 with 19 knockouts. There's not been one person that made it the distance with him, and I know that I could be the guy that really puts an end to all of that. So
you heard it.
If we can make it happen, I want Arthur Badou. So let y'all post it on Instagram. Managers, if y'all hear that, try and make that fight happen, because I know I'm gonna be the one.
We here for it.
Fucking shit.
You see, we drop names over here at Limitless Views. I don't know what y'all thought this was.
All right, so let's end on a positive note, even though that's positive, because listen.
He don't want the smoke. He don't want it.
What words of wisdom or advice would you give to someone who's lacking some type of motivation? You just said 15 miles, and that is still
in the cold.
In the cold. What words of wisdom would you give to someone who's lacking that motivation to get started, to get going, to do anything, like to stay disciplined, to stay motivated, to stay focused? Like, you have it all. So, what advice would you give to someone who may be looking for that?
Yeah, I mean, I think if there's anybody that's down and out, I really would just sum it up by saying you need to have perseverance. There's going to be times where you're going to come up short. There's going to be times where a fight might not go your way. There's going to be time where you don't get that raise, or you don't get that promotion, or you don't get that job. There's going to be times where you're going to be left out in the cold. There's going to be times where, you're going to be down and out, or whatever the case may be. I just pray for perseverance so that you could keep striving, you keep trying, keep grinding, because one day your time will come. When they say when it rains, it pours. Well, trust me, when the sun come out, it's going to be shining. When it shine on you, it's going to make everything worthwhile.
Love that. All right, man. This was an amazing conversation with you, brother, man.
This is lit.
Listen.
Right.
We out here.
4 rows boxing, man.
Right
here. This is what we do. Everything in the ring, baby.
Any other shout-outs you want to give? Where could the people find you at?
They could find me at richard.popeye. That's my Instagram. If y'all want to check me out acting a fool, y'all can check my TikTok. I'm going to let y'all just find that.
He ain't going to just give you it. You got to look for it.
But February 10th, Worcester, Massachusetts. I hope y'all can make it. I just want to thank all the sponsors that went involved inside and outside the ring, and the people that want to be known to the ones that just want to be a little bit more low-key. I want a bigger shout-out to Team La Perla in Puerto Rico. Thank you for having me for this training camp. I want to thank all my fans, friends, family, my community that stands behind me, all the people that I went to school with, to the people I go to church with, to the people that, to the people that God put in my life, and to the people that God take out. Big shout-outs.
You heard him, man.
Man.
Drop the mic.
There ain't nothing else to say.
Come on now. Once again, brother, thank you. Much appreciated.
Appreciate you, dog.
We already know you about to take that W on Friday, so we ain't got to say nothing about that.
That's right.
Like we always say, if you made it this far, just know we love y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Just know we appreciate y'all. And we fuck with y'all. I'm Aunt B.
Popeye the Sailor Man, baby. Toot toot.
El Diablo sauce.
And it's the Limitless Views Podcast.
Ow.
And we out this bitch.